my God. Also, you know what people won't stop asking now that we're married is when we're having babies. Oh my God.
No one asks me that.
No one asks you that because you don't have a fucking womb.
I don't.
I have the womb.
Well, I do have a womb. It's yours.
Oh, my womb is your womb.
Wild Til. Ready?
Yep, let's go home.
Use our code WILD for 25% off your next alcohol order of $35 or more, up to $15 off max value. Terms apply. Limited time offer. Order alcohol now with DoorDash. Must be 21 plus. Drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. We love how DoorDash makes any night special without stepping out the door. It takes a lot for us to leave the comfort of our couch and the pups. So having delivery through DoorDash be an option is an A+ in my book.
Ready to simplify your night? Order your alcohol with DoorDash today and drink in the savings. Use code WILD to get 25% off up to $15 in value on a $35 minimum subtotal on your next alcohol order. For eligible users only. Terms apply. Must be 21 or over to order alcohol. Drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. Welcome back to Wild Til 9.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Man.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Man. We were a family of 4 moments ago when I had a moose on my side, but Diggy is more interested in being part of the podcast than Moose is typically, and we'll see how long it lasts. He's sitting like a man right now.
Moose?
Nico, that is a wide stance, buddy.
Moose noticed that he has no royalty stream from this podcast.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Does Diggy?
Well, he's
Okay.
working on royalty. That's a 3-clapper.
That's a royalty, right?
Yeah.
3 syllables. Yeah, I understand.
Do you guys have Hooked on Phonics in Canada?
Yes, I think. What is it again?
Hooked on Phonics?
Was that where Hooked on Phonics?
One of the more self-explanatory.
Was it a book?
Well, it's like I think more of like a
workbook
an
situation?
ongoing. Yeah, I think.
I feel like we did.
How to make the language fun.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
I think we did.
Hooked on Phonics A or something. Like is it Canadian?
Oh, that's
edition?
the Canadian version.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What good one, babe.
Like the pleases and thank yous and polite edition.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Show. Can we get a Canadian second or no?
Hooked on
I didn't have this.
Phonics. Maybe
I
not.
have no idea what this is.
What?
Maybe it's
really?
maybe it's just familiar in terms of like hearing it so many times because I
Yeah.
definitely like heard the name, but I can't remember.
I've never actually seen it in real world like use, but there's 1,000
Right.
commercials. Like I feel like every Cartoon Network now because they didn't. Well, I'm actually shocked at how few of our like childhood cartoons had
Yeah.
any actual advertisements next to them, which is shocking.
Yeah, but the thing was that like at the age of 7, you know what I mean? Like when the Hamtaro commercials would happen when I'm watching Hamtaro.
Right.
Like that's when you go and like run and brush your teeth, or that's when you like go run and use the bathroom. So it's like I watch way more ads now because like you're kind of just forced to during streaming or online whatever or TikTok versus the commercials that I would run and go do a small house errand
Right.
during a commercial. Like the art of timing something to come back and to like not have to watch the ads, but be back and not miss any part of your show.
By the way, ads are very voluntary at this point for you. You've opted
No,
in.
that is not true though. That is not true. Platforms like TikTok, do you know how much I would pay on TikTok to not have to see a single goddamn ad? So much. More than any streaming platform that has shows.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I would pay if I could just not see live streams and ads. I would give them my entire credit limit, essentially, is where I'm at. Take my money, please. I want to give it to you.
I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, I don't think there is a way around it, but
Yeah.
I am dying to give TikTok my money to not see an ad.
Okay, that's a shift.
No, I just like, even if you say like how many, like right now I'm getting an ad for some kind of like laser coochie zapper light thingy. And the amount of times that I've been like, I don't want to see this ad. I've seen this too many
Oh,
times.
you've like said this?
This is offensive to me. Like,
Really?
I'm hitting all the options to make it go away and I cannot get it to go. I'm like, please, for the love of God.
Oh, I mean, that's actually hilarious. It's not working.
Oh no, it's not working at all.
Because the other day when I was
At all.
I literally was going through my Instagram page and like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
It changed my page instantly.
No, I feel like that's pretty responsive. But with TikTok, they don't give a they'll just keep showing you their
Damn.
coochie laser zapper hair remover thing over and over and over again. And they have all my data. They know that I got laser.
They do.
They know
do.
I have laser. They know I did 7 sessions.
They've basically seen your butthole.
They've basically seen my butthole.
0 hairs.
And they know that it's hairless. They know that it's hairless. So please, for the love of God, I am not the customer.
But maybe they're trying to get you to get me to now have a coochie laser.
You would never let me coochie laser your butthole, would you?
Hold on. In what fucking world, if there's any person that's going to do it, are you going to be the one to do this?
You wouldn't let me do it? You would rather have a stranger do it?
I would need to never see you again if we went through this.
I see. The amount of times though that I remember I got lasered and the session finished, and at the front desk when I was checking out, they were like, hey, one of the girls recognized you from YouTube and like, would you be maybe interested in doing some kind of like partnership on socials for a discount? And I was like, so you're essentially telling me that the girl who's just looked into the whole of my vagina.
Basically looked out your throat through your butthole.
Looked exactly all the way through.
Really the only other person out there besides me who's had this view.
Right, exactly. And now
only after
you're
we've been
telling
married,
me
of
and
course.
connecting, of course, because we've consummated.
Yes.
But now you're telling me that you're like, oh, right, this
By the way,
this girl's coochie that I just looked at for 20 minutes.
I don't think that's something that you would say no to in all situations. Like I could see you being like, no, I'll do it.
I mean, in this situation, I was like, it wasn't worth like the exchange.
You're actually oddly down with nudity for not being an adult entertainer.
Wait, hang on, back up. I more was saying that like the collab wasn't worth it because it was just not like.
But you're generally comfortable. I think you're more comfortable naked than most people.
Oh, I see.
Like,
just like in general.
in front of other
yes,
people.
Yes. Okay, so let's give this some context. I feel like that's
that's
a
it. Moving on.
crazy sentence to have out of context. Is like, for example, if I'm at a photo shoot and like just say, for example, I've been on a photo shoot on like the side of a fucking mountain and they bring this tent to. That's not a flex. It could be like the hill of Burbank. That's not a flex.
No, not a mountain, but okay.
And they'll bring a changing tent to like change between outfits. But if it's hot and sunny and it's like you're just sweating and it makes it even harder to change clothing, I would rather just take my shirt off. And if I've got sticky boobs on, like chicken cutlets, I truly don't care. I really don't care. As long as like people aren't taking photos and posting them like unsolicited from like awful angles on a platform that I like did not consent to.
But what if they're good angles?
Well, then listen, we can put a price on that.
Okay, got it. Okay.
But like you're I think you're right. I am comfortable. Like I'm not shy in terms of someone seeing a chicken cutlet for the sake of convenience.
No, I'm always surprised at like a room filled with like executives from a company you've never met before, and I walk down, I'm like, well, that's basically her vagina. Cool.
Okay, again, without context, I feel like that one is crazy.
No, it is. You're very comfortable.
I would say with like photographers and videographers and people on set who like do lighting and shit like that kind of stuff. Like because also too, like when you get mic'd up on set for any kind of like audio recording, they have to tape the mic in sometimes crazy places. Not like in crazy places in the sense that like it's inside of you, but like they have to do if you're like wearing,
But if they could, they would.
But if they could, they would for the sake of the quality audio. So walking that back, it's not execs, it's people on set.
No, yeah, it wasn't like a 12 person.
You make it sound like I'm walking into a meeting with my asshole hanging out.
Could be an interesting strategy.
And not a strategy I've ever used. I gotta dig out.
But I'm your favorite. I got great news. Not dying.
Oh my God, that's right. So again, like in the way that Jeremy and I don't see each other during the day, even though we both work from home, Jeremy went to the doctor today, got some results and some tests, and we haven't seen each other all day, and so now we're gonna talk about them.
I'm not dying.
I'm so glad everyone else gets to hear this at the same time as me.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. This looks like some, like the fact that I'm getting like this sheet with no real info besides, I guess, just like the results, like the literal results.
So what were the concerning numbers that one receptionist disclosed illegally?
I literally said that. I was like, hey.
Wait, so what did you say? What did you tell him? Wait, walk me through the whole thing, babe. Give us the tea.
I literally walked in to like this appointment. And my least favorite thing is when it's like the day of an appointment with it feels like any medical professional, and they call you and they're like, hey, by the way, we're also open at this obscure time, an hour and 15 minutes before you're supposed to be there.
I hate that. Places always do that. And I'm like, no, I want the appointment time that I have.
I'm like, oddly enough, I cannot make it across town into the parking lot not gonna happen. So when I finally got there, I literally was like, so how exactly am I supposed to contact you if I'm not sitting in the room with you?
Oh my God, what did he say?
He didn't really have a great answer for that at all, which was annoying. Yeah, it was annoying. But like also, okay, is there are you working on it? And he's like, yeah, no, we're working. It's, growing practice. I feel like he is replacing my new general care physician, who I found on ZocDoc, who actually really did find on ZocDoc. I feel like he's replacing an
Someone
older
retired.
or a legacy. Yeah. The same, like the guy he's replacing, like I could see his name is right there. He's got the big office. He's got the nice shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually works there anymore, really. I feel like
Right.
his name is on the door. So I think he's just like going through and cleaning up
Taking
the system.
over.
Yeah. So, because like when I leave messages, I leave messages in another doctor's inbox.
So did you tell him that the front desk lady just like blew through HIPAA?
Well, I like got through this entire thing and I go, got it. So when the person I spoke to on the phone, your assistant, said that she wouldn't be able to tell me any more information because there were some abnormalities, which one of the things that you just covered that you said were all pretty much within reason, the abnormalities? Yeah. And he was like, oh, they shouldn't have said that. I was like, no, they shouldn't.
And I know that.
So which one is it? Yeah, no, you're pretty good. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to like have some of these get worse, but yeah, you're fine. I'm like,
Oh my God. The way that she was like, but I'm not a doctor.
I literally, like when I was like, could you tell me more on that? Well, and I go, I'm not a doctor. You have to ask somebody else. That was like, if I
Did
was.
he seem concerned that his assistant?
No, I think it happens all the time.
Okay.
Happens all the time. I can
All
tell.
right.
I can tell all the time. Yeah.
Slay.
Needless to say, my one and only like thing that I've been basically given the option to like try or attempt is like, he's like, listen, all of your problems, within reason, he goes, would sort themselves out for the most part if you could just cut sugar.
Really?
Cut sugar. Yeah. That was his like big feedback from me.
Really?
He's like, in general, he goes, if he's like, your sodium intake's not all that bad.
Yeah.
He goes, if you could limit that, make it a little bit better. He goes,
Yeah.
if you could just cut the bullshit sugar.
Right.
He goes, you'd be shocked. He's like, all of these numbers
Would be
be exactly where they would need to be.
Wow.
And he's like, and I would be interested to see with your sleep, other medications, lifestyle, how much would be impacted as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So is he saying no to the mini banana pancakes that you had 2 days in a row?
I wasn't hearing that from him.
Okay.
I wasn't hearing that. It was more of a sugar
You
thing.
stopped drinking Dr. Pepper, I feel like, recently.
I've stopped drinking a lot of like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does beer have a high sugar
No idea.
content?
But also like, I'm not drinking anywhere near, like that my beer intake would not be the thing I would need to shift.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, maybe wine actually.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah, wine would for sure be it. I know I stopped drinking any
Honestly,
kind of
energy drinks.
But I guess the body obviously still digests it as if it's sugar, but it's like a different kind.
The fucking fake ass sugary whatever that I love to drink a lot of. Yeah, I think it's probably not great.
Yeah, I would say probably the limiting maybe to like
No, just like, don't do it. Just
None.
go back to just straight bean water.
Just so everyone can have peace of mind, there's not really that much sugar in wine or beer.
Oh,
I'll keep drinking.
wait, even like a rosé? I feel like the sugar content in the rosé is kind of high, no?
No, let me check for sure, but you are right. Rosé is where we should not be.
So the one thing you love?
No. I stopped drinking rosé as well too. Well, also just because like it makes my mouth just feel like layered in syrup after. I feel like I just, even though I love a sparkling rosé, I just switched to regular because I get you can tell when like a more dry sparkling probably is better for you.
It can really vary between wines, disclaimer, but yeah, dry white or dry red is like less than a gram.
So I feel like these don't mean anything unless you have a doctor like interpreting them.
Yeah, but now I can just basically make up whatever I think they mean.
Perfect.
Yeah, but oddly enough, I am, for being as unhealthy as I've ever been on the inside, pretty fucking healthy.
I have to go up.
What do you mean?
Do you ever find yourself in the middle of a Netflix marathon or a cozy movie night and suddenly you're hit with a craving?
Every day.
I was gonna say, this is just our real life every
Yes.
weekend. Maybe it's for something snacky, a chilled beer, or a bubbly glass of Prosecco in my case. You pull yourself up off of the couch to see what the kitchen has to offer and become extremely disappointed to find that it has absolutely nothing that you need, emotionally or physically. And that's where DoorDash comes in.
Okay, not only can you just order your favorite meals, which I do often, but you can also have a variety of beverages delivered directly to your door. Whether you're hosting some friends or just enjoying a quiet night in, DoorDash offers everything from local brews to elegant wines and spirited cocktails. Long gone are the days of sending someone out for a beer run.
Use our code WILD for 25% off your next alcohol order of $35 or more, up to $15 off max value. Terms apply. Limited time offer. Order alcohol now with DoorDash. Must be 21 plus. Drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. We love how DoorDash makes any night special without stepping out the door. It takes a lot for us to leave the comfort of our couch and the pups. So having delivery through DoorDash be an option is an A+ in my book. Next time you find your fridge a bit empty, just a few taps and the DoorDash app can fill it with your favorite drinks. Beer, wine, cocktails, you name it, it gets delivered through DoorDash. No trips to the store, no fuss, just more time enjoying your day or your evening. The amount of pool parties that we have thrown and DoorDash all of our alcohol the day of because you've got stuff to do when you're setting up for a party.
Well, also, they didn't cover this. I think the superpower of DoorDash is being able to search by the exact item you want.
Right.
Because you don't know who's got it, who can come fastest, like what the best price is. I actually think sometimes, like when I need to buy a lot of like very specific thing, you can save money by finding a retailer that is cheaper than like wherever your local grocery store is. Ready to simplify your night? Order your alcohol with DoorDash today and drink in the savings. Use code WILD to get 25% off up to $15 in value on a $35 minimum subtotal on your next alcohol order. For eligible users only, terms apply. Must be 21 or over to order alcohol, drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. Well, now I know.
Know what?
Whatever that says.
That you're not dying.
No, yeah, that I'm not dying.
What did he say about, so again, for more context, and I'm so glad that everyone, and we can all attend Jeremy's doctor's appointment together.
Should I live stream the next one?
Oh, what?
Should I live stream the next one?
I mean, I can't wait.
I mean, everyone could ask questions.
I can't wait. Yeah, no, as just like an audience, audience questions after the appointment.
Fully interactive.
After you do the ball cough test, we can just all take audience questions.
They don't really do that anymore.
Oh, what was the
Turn your head and
main
cough.
purpose of it for?
Hernia.
I feel like you would know if you have a hernia.
You think that, but actually, obviously, many do just show up and go, "Oh, I had no idea I had a fucking
hernia,
massive
a hole
hernia."
in my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Anyway, yeah. Audience question from me is that
I will say though, if we could find a less awkward way
to do that.
Yeah. My favorite is when there's like the medical student also there.
Right.
It kind of just looks like I'm like getting a like life size, like right in my, like I say my face, it's really their face. Like everyone's just like taking a look at my penis, like as if it's on a museum.
I actually have a hot take question.
How can I help?
Do you think?
Yes.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this, and I would love more context.
I'm not entirely
from your
sure I'm going to
side.
be able to provide clarity.
Yeah,
but
maybe not. There's a level of uncomfortability as
not discomfort.
Uncomfortability
Okay.
as a woman.
Uh-huh.
If I were to go to a gynecologist and they were a straight male.
Right.
And there's just a part of me that can, again, wrap my head around it. And it's been going around on TikTok recently. And I would say the vast majority of women don't feel comfortable with that. Because at some point, they were a 19-year-old deciding, and there's just,
Well, not 19. Because like I feel like you wouldn't at 19 decide to be like.
I guess it'd be a little more like a fucking 21, 22.
23.
When you're finishing your undergrad. Yeah, exactly.
22, yeah.
But like, personally, I want a woman.
Right.
And I don't know if that's sexist, but I want a woman who has a vagina looking at my vagina. I didn't realize that this podcast was going to be so vagina centric.
Yeah.
This was not on the topic sheet today.
Your vaginal opening.
Yeah, exactly. My holes. And so anyway, there's just a part of me that doesn't.
Not like it's a part of you. I think it's all of you.
I'm kind of repulsed by the idea.
Okay. You're repulsed.
What?
You're repulsed.
I'm a little repulsed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, question. Should I be repulsed if a female practitioner happened to be my general care physician and she was the one that had to inspect my nuts every year?
I think that's different though, because this is a specialty on all things like vagina.
By the way, agreed.
Yeah.
So my colon doctor.
I guess for me, the colon isn't sexual, so I'm able to separate.
The way you get to it. I mean, like, there's not really like I guess, what is a male-only doctor?
A male-only doctor? What do you mean?
Like, what doctor only studies male reproductive health? Urologist?
that would be more of like that's like pee, isn't it? Any of the
Lauren,
pee tubes?
I
Again,
have
this is a
no
science
idea.
podcast.
Okay, going back to your point. I don't think that you're like, I think everyone should have the choice.
Yeah, and I think it's a totally fair opinion to have, like as a woman, like who you want your care practitioner to be in any respect to any of your body parts, whether they are sexual or not.
Right.
But yeah, there's something about it that just doesn't sit right with me.
Well, I don't know.
And I get that, like, I'm sure that there's a vast majority of gynecologists who are a straight male who can fully separate.
Well, actually, there's got to be data on this. How many OBGYNs are male?
I think incredibly low.
Yeah, I would bet like 20 or 30.
I'm going to guess 15 to 20 within that range.
Huh. Okay, well, the last data point is from 2017, so we are quite out of date. But it was 43%.
43%?
But I wonder how many of them are like 60 and older. Because like go back 50 to 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All the doctors
were dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like we're like getting rid of like the legacy crowd at this point.
Yeah.
It's like in 10 more years, in 20 more years for sure, I'll be interested in that number. I don't personally think that it's offensive or rude, but I do think that you should have a very easy choice if you didn't want the dude.
I think what it is that it's impossible as a woman to trust 100% of men. And that's the problem.
Wait, hold on. What?
like if I think about, it was at 43%, it's impossible to trust 100% of that 43% of men.
Yeah, but it's impossible to trust 100% of women too.
Totally. Yeah. But like, it for me, I think it's just, I don't know, I just can't wrap my head around it.
I agree. I can't imagine having I would actually feel less weird about having a female doctor in charge of my male sexual reproductive health than I would a male being in charge of a woman's, only because like as an OBGYN, it is like, that is the field. That is what you do. That is the specialty.
Right. That's the specialty.
Like, basically signing up to be not the same gender as the majority of your patients.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
For your entire professional career.
Right.
I don't know who would welcome that on when there are other fields, but also I'm sure there's somebody out there who is so called.
There's another.
Okay. What about a guy?
Okay.
Straight. Very straight.
Okay.
But a safe 5 straight.
Okay.
6 sisters, single mom, like basically just group around women.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you just can't trust 100% of them.
No.
Like that's one of the good eggs.
Right. Okay.
That's one of the good eggs.
Right.
Yeah. And so I'm not saying that like if I would never see a male OBGYN, but I also would want to know that like if I'm going to someone for like childbirth things, I'm like, I would feel so much more comfortable with someone who has a womb and has potentially even just fucking simply had a period cramp.
Right.
Like there's just a level of empathy and understanding there that I feel like you can't learn through a textbook.
Yeah.
So anyways, men, head on over to a different specialty.
I have a male OBGYN.
No way!
So you chose him, right?
Okay, so I first had a woman, and I didn't really jive with her. I didn't feel like heard or seen, if you will. Like I'd ask a question and just get really short answers, or she'd be difficult to reach. So I found a primary care doctor that I really, really liked, and I asked him if he had a referral, and his referral was to this guy. And I had thought when I was like younger and first getting my OBGYN, I was like, I only want a woman doing that. But when he recommended a guy and I really like my primary care physician, I was like, okay, let me try it. And he's been so amazing.
I feel like if you have like a trusted referral, like that's like the route that makes sense and would feel safe.
But I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like it is weird to think like they had to choose that specialty while they were in med school, and like why did you pick that?
Right. Yeah, and I think also too it's like because attraction can also be so like subconscious, like there's no world where a straight dude is able to separate 100% of his patients and not register.
I don't know, if your job is to like look directly into vaginas all day.
No, but like if you are like, hi, I'm your doctor, and you're looking just at their face, like most people can recognize whether someone is attractive or not.
I would go as far as to say this, that you don't have a choice as to whether or not you think they're attractive or not.
Right.
But doctors are just so desensitized to the human body in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they see so much gross shit that everything is probably borderline disgusting to them.
I wonder if that makes seeing vaginas in like their home life harder.
I mean, it would have to, right?
Like it's like a work vagina and then your home vagina. Like I wonder if that's like, but I mean, maybe that helps with the separation. I don't know. This maybe we find a male OBGYN.
Okay. Listen, I'm open to it.
So the other hot topic that people are passing around on TikTok, and men are absolutely polarized by the outcome and the general consensus.
Oh, I can't wait to hear where we've landed.
Is that, would you rather be trapped in a forest with a man or a bear?
No, would you rather your girl, like your, oh my God, wife, that's crazy. Would you rather Lauren is trapped with a bear or a man alone in the forest?
A man.
You would choose a man?
Probably, yeah.
Over a bear. So most girls are opting for the bear.
I believe that.
Yeah, most girls are opting for the bear, and there's a small subset of men who are just so deeply offended by this.
I'm not offended by it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not offended by it
but
at all.
you see the path how people got there.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do think more people in the world are good than bad. So
Right.
I'm giving this dude
The benefit of the doubt.
the benefit of statistics to say you're both stuck in a forest together. Hopefully you can figure it out together.
I also just feel as if I could probably befriend a bear. If there's anyone that could do it, I feel like I could do it.
I think you could also befriend the human.
Maybe, but I just feel as if.
Do you want the bear? Do you want to pick the bear?
Yeah, I for sure want you to pick the bear.
So you would rather have a no humans and a bear?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would choose the bear.
Okay.
The only reason that I flip-flop back and forth is that my survival skills are not great.
I actually don't believe that.
That's actually true. I bet I could build a bomb-ass little fort.
You're like oddly
Yeah. I feel-
resourceful when
you're right.
when you are resourceful when you need to be.
It would just take one poisonous berry though to like accidentally take me out.
Oh no, you would die from the dumbest thing.
For sure.
You would make it way farther than like anyone expected you to.
Right.
And then like the dumbest of things
Totally.
out.
But I think that I could build a bomb little shelter. I think that I could
think
probably
together we would figure it out.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
My sense of direction is awful though. So like getting out, someone would have to come find me. I would never get out. I could build myself a little shelter.
How can your direction be that bad? The sun comes up in the east and it sets in the west.
I mean, listen, if I thought about it hard enough and I was lost, I could maybe figure it
No,
out.
I just told you. East, west, every day. Never changes.
I know, but like
East, west, never changes.
if I was walking and then I had to be like, okay, wait, but like how much time has passed? If I don't have a phone, obviously I'm trapped in the forest. I'm like, okay, where's the sun now? I'm like, okay, maybe it's been about this much. I don't know. I just think
it doesn't matter how far you've walked. It's going to come up in the east and it's going to set in the west every time.
I just think that there's something missing in my brain here to like make this all come together.
Every fucking day, east to west.
Yeah, I don't know. And so anyways, I think that I could survive for a little bit, but I think I would rather be trapped in there with a bear.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Would you rather me be stuck with a bear or a woman?
Is she gonna hit on you?
We don't know.
I would rather you be stuck in there with probably a bear.
What the fuck?
That is crazy.
I'm kidding. Take the woman.
Take the
But
woman?
maybe not.
Take the woman.
Don't take the woman.
Uh-huh.
Don't take the woman in any way, shape, form, position.
I'm not taking anything. I'm stuck in a forest. I'm going to say, hey,
Yeah, you
we've
take
got some
the bear.
shit to do.
Bear.
Why bear? Why do we hate humans this much?
No, I'm kidding. Maybe the people. Here's a genuine thing. I was like, what if they are stupid and they get you killed? Then I'd be mad at them.
At least they give me something to do.
That's true.
Like, okay, got it. Well, we're going to need like, honestly, it would be helpful to like need to be strong for someone in general.
Yeah.
Also, like when you have to explain what you're doing to literally anyone besides yourself,
to
I feel
bounce
like
an
you think through
idea,
it.
yeah, off them. That's true. Okay, fine. Take the human.
And you still want the bear?
I'd still like the bear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd still like the bear.
If you could pick which color?
Ooh, probably a brown.
Okay. If you could pick which color and it didn't, like polar bear would kill you for sure.
Oh my
But,
God,
like,
yeah. Polar
let's
would
say
fuck
they're
you
all
up.
nice bears. What color would you like?
Ooh, but maybe still a brown bear.
I think brown could be cute.
Panda, maybe.
Yeah.
Panda.
Are pandas actually bears?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that like they're actually
Have you
more
seen their
related.
little ears? Yeah, of course.
But I'm like always shocked like how much one thing is actually more
Right.
this
It's like
than
it falls
others.
into like
Yeah, they're
marsupial.
genus fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh my God. So we've talked about before how primates are my absolute least favorite type of animal. They freak me the fuck out. I
course.
hate the similarity between humans. It's just so unsettling. Jeremy, again, fucking TikTok ads. Take my money. I don't want to see this. We watched a trailer. Again, I didn't watch a trailer.
I think I can get rid of your dynamic ads on TikTok.
My what?
Your dynamic ads. Like I can't like fix if someone's like got a brand deal. Oh. But I think I could take away your dynamic ads.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you're saying dynamic weird.
Dynamic?
Yeah, I feel like you were saying it weird there.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
Dynamic.
That would be wonderful. Listen, again, I will swipe my credit card for any cost.
Again, this is not a credit card thing.
Okay. Well, anyways, just want you to know, payment is ready when you are.
Okay.
TikTok, if you're listening, ByteDance. Daddy ByteDance.
Daddy ByteDance.
What was I gonna say? Oh my God, the fucking trailer for that ape movie.
Wow.
Was so scary. I would rather watch a horror movie with slice and dicing of bodies than watch that fucking primates movie.
I can't wait to go. Planet of the Apes. But like it's so, the CGI is so realistic. It's
terrifying.
It's unsettling.
It is terrifying.
But nothing is more unsettling than the show we just watched, Baby Reindeer.
Oh man, we just finished Baby Reindeer.
And if you haven't seen it, fuck.
Good watch.
Yeah, but that honestly, that entire show is the most it hit all of the most uncomfortable topics for me.
Yeah, it really did for you. Yeah.
Like there was not one episode where I felt beginning to end entertained. I felt disturbed the entire time.
But also I feel like that's just like evidence of really, really strong characters and story writing.
Also a real human's story.
Right. So that's like the crazy thing about Baby Reindeer is that Richard Gadd is the lead character. He's also who this true stalking story happened to. He's also the writer and the director. Like he literally is just wearing all of the hats. And so it's even, I think that's what's so disturbing about it is that when you're watching this, you're like, holy fuck, this like actually happened to this man.
And he's reliving it.
Right. And he's reliving it. But I was watching a news little segment where he went on to like chat with people and he was saying how it's been really therapeutic because like this was obviously years ago, but it's been really therapeutic for him to unpack this in like a new creative light and kind of redefine what it meant to him to have happened.
Having to like distill it down to a version that can be told on camera, I feel like probably helps him understand just how like human everything is.
What's so wild is that people found the real stalker.
So you want to give like the synopsis of it?
So Richard Gadd is a bartender and he shows an ounce of kindness to this woman who will soon become his stalker. And he's got this whole backstory that like eventually starts unfolding about like sexual assault and addiction and super heavy. And again, it's just so crazy because it's his real fucking life.
Right.
And it's all about this stalker. But I think what's so interesting about it is that there's not a hero of the story. Like he's not a perfect person.
No one comes and saves anything.
No one comes and saves anything. And he's not a perfect person. And so like he's not the victim of the entire story. Like he is a victim obviously in so many different ways, especially obviously the sexual assault and all the things from his past and also a victim of like severe stalking. It was like 43,000 emails, like so many hours of voicemail, like text.
Also, sending 43,000, like doing anything 43,000 times
is insane.
Like, I hope there was a bot involved.
Right. I don't think there was. I think she was
I don't think so either. Yeah.
And so anyways, it's about this stalker, but there's obviously so much empathy. They're just both very complex characters.
Yes.
And so much gray area. And you go back and forth between like how you feel about everyone. And it's such incredible writing.
I think it shows just how imperfect everyone is.
Yeah.
When they're even dealing with things that are not their fault.
I also felt this way about when we watched One Day.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like also too, like those were two also like stories about two imperfect people.
Yeah. That one felt a little...
This one's obviously incredibly, so much lighter than this one. I mean, not lighter. I mean, people die and stuff, but there's serious parts to it. But it's a great example of just like stories about two imperfect people.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was crazy.
Like a perfect example of like hindsight 2020. Like you can probably look back from his perspective now and go, here are all the ways that went wrong.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it sure felt like he really was pulled towards some of the dumbest responses a lot of times.
Anyways, so I would recommend a watch. I don't know if Jeremy feels the same way, but I enjoyed it.
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, but I think that was like the goal and the point.
Totally. Go get through an episode.
And he nails it.
I don't know how he was able to do it.
He nails it.
But also, how could he find anybody else who could embody that weird, twisted story better than him.
To trust someone to...
Better than he.
Better to, right, to trust someone.
I can hear my mother correcting me.
Perfect. So our new personality is pickleball post-wedding is that we are just pickleballers now.
Yep.
And I had a few people roast me on my vlog being like, how is that any even different than tennis? And I just want to say that pickleball is so much easier and you can be so much less athletic to succeed at pickleball.
I think it's a different skill set. I think it involves different types of athletic ability and different types of coordination.
Yes.
And
and it's so much less running and I love it.
I will say there's a sense of like, it is very, it's a lot easier to play pickleball with a group of people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of impossible in tennis.
I feel like we also have like this whole new like social group of pickleball friends and it's so wholesome.
Oddly enough, I don't know if pickleball is like exploding everywhere in the United States. I feel like it is.
I was just talking to a British friend and she had never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a new sport.
She's also an artsy kind of girl though too, so maybe it's just like not in her friend group.
My favorite is like the fact that pickleball's not new.
Yeah,
at all.
No.
But can you imagine being like the best pickleballer in your area 10 years ago and no one gave a fuck?
No one gave a single fuck. Now it's on cable TV. Jeremy had it up the other day.
I've got game tape.
Peak nerd.
I've got game tape watching, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like, there are very few things that like feel new and fresh that get people outside, touch grass, all together at the same time.
Jeremy's out here getting real vitamin D, not in a vitamin form.
I literally told my doctors, like, don't worry about the vitamin D. That's changed. That's different now.
Start worrying about the lack of sunscreen that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I was trying to push Jeremy to get a mole map done.
I can't imagine what there's a less chance of me doing in this world.
You know what? I'm going to fucking, every time you're sleeping, I'm going to start building out my own DIY mole map. White boy.
Not sure that was necessary. I can't. So a mole map is what they just, I walk in somewhere.
Tracks the,
so I strip down naked and everyone just goes, yep, that, that.
I mean, I don't think it's as manual as like pointing and touching each one, but I think it's just like taking essentially like a skin graph of inventory of like, sorry, graph as in like a diagram, not like a slice.
If that is the thing that was the make or break of me being here.
Fuck, I just blew it. I blew it, y'all. I blew it. God damn it.
I hate being prodded. I hate being examined.
I think this is literally a photo.
I hate being examined. I also hate photos.
Fuck, I blew it.
I mean, I went to the doctor this year. Give me a break.
Yeah, I guess.
So random. Circling back pre-baby reindeer to health things, I need to poll the Tillies.
Oh, I love a public poll.
Well, I also like love or private. Either one works. But maybe it's just me, but something doesn't sit well with me when I hear like the words like, oh no, once you've been put on a stimulant medication, you don't really get to come off of it ever.
The doctor actually says that to you?
No, but he said that that's what psychiatrists often feel and say today.
Right.
And I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. And like, I understand that like, if there's no other alternative and like people just are like trying to fend for themselves, they might turn to something that is not healthy or even worse. But the fact that like every person that gets put on stimulant medication for the most part, unless that there is a different alternative that comes in, like they cannot just stop that. Crazy to me. Makes no sense. Outside of the fact that I understand that like if you don't give them anything else or if you take that away from them and don't give them another option,
they'll find
that could be
something
bad.
else.
But, like that should like blew my mind. So one, is this an LA thing? Does anybody else hear this? Does anybody else, a psychiatrist, push them to keep taking stimulants if they don't want to? Would love to know. And then two, I'm wildly curious what other medications or other treatments or other supplements, because I gotta be honest, every time I talk about ADHD, the amount of people who DM me is like, incredible, but also like, wow, this is not something that is necessarily rare.
I think also too with us having such a female audience, there's so many women who mask ADHD symptoms and have late diagnoses.
I don't know if I knew one woman as a teenager or younger who was quote unquote ADHD.
Agreed. There was no one. Because like in the class you'd be like, oh, that kid is so ADHD. Like, you just like hear that all the time.
In fact, I think anyone who's like saying like, that kid is so, almost 9 out of 10 times, that's not the kid.
100%. That's not the
somebody
kid.
else.
That's just the class clown.
Right.
Who just happens to be funny. And now he's a successful comedian.
Right. Who's this?
I don't know. No, just an example.
Cool. Got it. Got it.
No one's specific.
Is my friend ADHD? So yes, that and like on top of that, like I'm taking a completely different route and trying to take like a medication that does the exact opposite of a stimulant. We'll see if it works. But like the more I like research this, the more I realize just how like, I'm not kidding. We don't know why this works, or we don't know why this doesn't work, or there's just no good info on studies that require like medications that are even slightly on a controlled list. And it blows my mind. So anyone's got resources, links, stories, send them my way. Put them in the comments.
Specifically, what do you want, though? You want to hear from other people what alternative routes they've taken for ADHD is what you want to hear.
Yes, because it's one thing to just, okay, got it. There's the 2 medications or 3 medications that most people, I feel like, try or get assigned, and it either works or it doesn't. And then like, great, that's it. But I can't be the only person who's, I feel like, evolving or trying to at least try new things and see what does and does not work.
Right.
But there's not by any means a clearly laid out path for any of this.
I mean, it's just so crazy because the brain is so complex, and I feel like we just know literally nothing.
I genuinely think we're peak stupid. We've never had so much info we know nothing to do with.
Right. Peak stupid. I think it's so hard too because like I think there are like I personally know a few people who struggle with ADHD but also depression, and so the medication that they might get prescribed is something that can tackle on multiple fronts, which can be really helpful. So it's just so it's such an individual process.
But I think the other issue with that is like the amount of people who have ADHD and depression, but which one is causing the other one?
Right. It's like, which came first, chicken or the egg?
Right.
Yeah.
They call it, what is it? Comorbid, I believe is the term that I'm like, oh.
God, that sounds depressing as fuck.
Let's fact check that. But I'm pretty sure that's like the
comorbid?
When you have 2 different things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was switching meds and I was coming off of an SSRI that I'd been on for over almost a decade, I think, I struggled with the most severe depression that I'd ever had in my life. And I don't think that I have depression. I don't. But because I had been on a serotonin inhibitor for so long, serotonin. Sure, can you pull up the exact full name of an SSRI?
Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
Inhibitor. Okay, it is inhibitor. Because I've been taking a serotonin-based medication for a decade. Coming off of it, I feel like because I then had, it's like when people do MDMA and then the next day they feel like shit because they just blew through all their happy chemicals.
Wouldn't know.
And so interesting.
Take your 5-HTP.
And so when I was coming off of it, I experienced like the lowest feelings, but I think it was just because of the chemical change. Like I don't think I'm actually a depressed person. And so eventually when I got back onto an SNRI, which is a serotonin, norepinephrine, reuptake inhibitor.
Okay, reuptake.
What?
That's a complicated ass word.
Reuptake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And then surrounded by inhibitor. It's a lot. Anyways, when I got back onto a medication that had the serotonin in it again, it rebalanced everything out. And it was just so odd feeling that chemical imbalance had such a direct impact on my life for so long. And then once it got rebalanced, I was fucking good.
Well, and the stimulants in general, that's the issue with like coming off of them is like you don't feel as lively.
Wait,
like,
and also to add in that whole segment is that like I was taking medication for anxiety.
Right.
And that's the whole thing is that like I was taking medication for anxiety. I came off of it to try and take a new approach for medication for anxiety and ended up in the most severe depression I've ever been in my entire life.
I mean, I'd like to think that in 50 years, we will have the math to be able to make more customized types of treatment for people.
Right.
We just don't have the math.
Right.
We don't have the processing power.
I did that one test, and we've talked about it before years ago when I was going through this, the beginning of COVID. So it would have been 2020. 2020?
Yeah.
2020. Yeah. Okay. When I did a specific blood test, and I'll find the name of it and add it to the description box, where they essentially can find genetic mutations within your brain and how you process certain medications so that it gets you just one step closer to finding the right medication for you. And the way that fucking changed my life. Oh my God. I forget what I ended up having. It was basically that I had this mutation where I metabolized serotonin-based medications at a like 10x increase rate or some shit. I forget what the exact percentage was. But a medication that was specifically just serotonin based would not be the best fit for me because I just blow through it. And so then getting onto the SNRI where there was
similar to your mom, right?
She just has a super high tolerance for medication.
Got it.
Similar to like, this is so random, but people who have red hair have that genetic mutation.
Really?
Yeah, it's super common for gingers where they have a really high tolerance for medication. So like when you're going under for surgeries and stuff like that, there's like a certain subject of people where it's
the anesthesiologist like knows that, oh, got it, natural ginger. Totally.
No, seriously. It's
really?
it's like, yeah, show you Google that fact.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
Cool.
Up to 20% more anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's so wild. Like that's not an insignificant amount.
Like people don't know that I have cockroach energy. They don't know that I need 20% more.
Totally. But if you had red hair, I'd be like, oh man,
Giveaway.
this bitch needs 20% more to get knocked out for her tonsillectomy.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Learning new things.
Yeah. So anyway, so then I got on a medication that was a combination of serotonin and norepinephrine, targeting those as like the two major chemicals for my brain, and it was amazing. And I learned that through the test.
The thing that I'm, I guess, more and more frustrated with is the amount of resources it will require for me to address this, knowing that it is not realistic for the vast majority of people.
I mean, I just feel like that's so much of healthcare. Because even like taking this extra genetic mutation test, it's like I paid out of pocket. Insurance didn't cover that shit.
Well, that's the thing. So like outside of, going to my doctor, that's the general care physician, like everything else that I'm going to will be a cash only specialist in LA who will obviously treat it, as it is hopefully going to be a very specific and unique and custom approach. But like, that's just not on the table for
so many people.
For all intents and purposes, everyone. Like
majority.
Yes, there are a few percentage people like points that can do it, but that's just not the case.
Yeah.
And if that's like the baseline, like knowing how many people have ADHD or knowing how many people just like have a medication they want to get on or off or whatever in the States, not a good, I feel like, indicator for the next couple 10, 20, 30 years here.
I mean, you know where I stand on this as a Canadian too. Not that the Canadian healthcare system is very much far from perfect. Sure. But just the whole thing. I mean, we don't need to get into this, but you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the girl with the list.
Yes.
What a just a science healthcare based podcast.
Once again, we're bringing you the most up-to-date factual information.
Oh my God. Also, you know what people won't stop fucking asking now that we're married is when we're having babies. Oh my God.
No one asks me that.
No one asks you that because you don't have a fucking womb.
I don't.
I have the womb.
Well, I do have a womb. It's yours.
Oh, my womb is your womb.
Well, it's like one that I should probably make sure is healthy.
The way that I was scanning the male body being like, is there a womb?
Yeah, no, we've got a womb. Yeah. It's just dormant.
It's just dormant. Like, I don't know. It's just another.
I have one biological clock in my life that I need to, be mindful of. And
that is?
Not mine.
Oh, mine. Yeah. I was like, am I missing something on the male anatomy?
No, just like being aware.
Yeah. As a partner now.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the girl with the list, for all of the reasons that she is remaining child-free, she has inspired guy with the list.
Okay.
And every time a woman talks about an ick that they've now recognized or they've just found a new one, he adds to the list the way that this man has collected over 500 icks.
Honestly, that's a good hobby.
And we talked, I think it was on the Tana episode, we talked about icks because she saw a dude chase a ping pong ball and like it scattered around the party and he couldn't find it.
Since then, I haven't used a ping pong ball that's already on the ground since.
You shouldn't because we might have to get a divorce.
Yeah,
we might have to divorce.
And by the way, that's not something that I want to live with.
Right, exactly. And the point of our divorce, like the point of contention was you getting...
Because the worst case scenario is there's actually a video of it and I see it and I go, I wouldn't fuck me.
Yeah, no, and I get that. So anyways, these are all tracked by someone claiming them as a real ick for them. Mm-hmm. So I would say some are valid. So some are not.
I did some pre-research into this episode to specifically kind of dive into the topic. When do you think the term ick started to like gain notoriety?
I think the last
pop
year.
Culture? That's what I thought.
Year or two?
No. Stems back to 2000.
Really? Who coined the ick?
They wouldn't give me a very specific one person.
Okay.
But starting in 2000, people like started like just like refer to like the ick as like
being put off, repulsed. Yeah.
But what's funny is
straight male guy knows, give me the ick.
As I was talking to AI to give me this info, the only answers it would give me is what it has done to women. it brought up literally wasn't a single example. It was like, and he got not one. It was all like what dudes did to women to give them the ick. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that is, listen, I don't think AI always gets it right, but they probably do have the proper context there.
Yeah, they got the data set.
Okay, so I think we just go in our typical fashion where you give me a number between 1 and 500.
Sure. And when we pick these up, if there's anyone that are actual icks for you,
please
I'd like to know. Please. So I can avoid this.
These are fucking insane. I want to start off with this one, number 210.
Okay.
Don't talk. Simply do not speak.
Okay. Okay, question.
So, okay, wait. But I think that this probably stemmed from someone being like...
No, I was going to say, let's define. What is like an ick?
An ick is something that immediately makes that person less attractive regardless of what they actually look like.
Right. And do you think that anyone, like any person, has the potential?
Yes.
Hold on. What is the end of that?
Go ahead.
Does any guy have the potential to give the ick to any woman?
Yes. Still yes. And that's what I thought you were going to say.
I disagree.
I think you are incorrect.
I think
you are failing women right now.
No. There are some guys. It's a minority, and it is a super minority that are so incredibly naturally like not offensive physically in what they do that I think they can get away with anything.
Jeremy, I could tell you right now, the hottest fucking
it's not about the hottest.
Man.
Not about the hottest.
Listen. In the world, the most attractive, charismatic, funny, charming, cool, nice, kind, loves his mother, but like not too much in a weird way, like treats you so good. The minute that man puts his toenail in his mouth to bite it off, that changes everything, no matter what you fucking look like. Any man is capable of giving an ick.
So you're telling me he puts foot to mouth?
Yes.
Okay, but that's
what I'm saying though, but like any man could do that at any moment.
I don't think actually all men are that flexible.
Any man could get a toe into the mouth.
Okay. At that point, sure. But that's not like an ick. That's just fucking gross.
Right, but that's like the ick of all icks is what I'm saying.
I'm saying things that aren't so grotesque or so like dirty, like a thing that could give some. I think that there's someone out there.
Put me in a room with any fucking man, and by the end of the day,
I think there's someone out there who looks fucking adorable chasing ping pong balls.
Sure. But then when you see their legs treading underwater, when you're having a wonderful pool day, you're like, ooh, can't sleep with him anymore.
I've never been so conscious of my lower half floating. Okay, let's go through this list.
Okay. So on behalf of women, I just want to say that any man is capable.
Sure, capable. But I do think there are some that are close to
probably
being
less inclined.
Sure, yeah.
Less inclined.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a number.
7.
So fuck, I'm gonna scroll the way to the beginning. Goddamn. Okay, 7. Here we go. Don't get cold. And so the context again here is that like I think that this guy sees a TikTok of a girl being like, "Ooh, it's such an ick when when we're both cold and he doesn't offer me his jacket." And then he opens up in his list and writes, "Okay, ick, don't get cold."
Got it. I also think there's like a layer beyond this, which is like they're both just out and he goes, "I'm kind of cold," and the girl goes,
and she's like,
"Ew,
beta." You're cold.
Betas are cold. It's true. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I...
So you're allowed to get cold.
I think, but again, I think it's less about being cold and more about just, give it the sweater.
Give it the sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next number.
11.
11. Don't carry a bag. We just talked about this.
When I tell you that I have thought about this as a male.
Yes.
For decades.
Yeah.
The things that
you cannot have purse.
The things that I have not taken with me.
I need you to be there with me on the fibula reference.
I has purse.
I has purse.
I can't remember what comes after that.
I have shoe. I have hat on head.
I has hat. I has hat. Yes. Honestly, funniest dude.
You really let me down there, babe.
Honestly, I'm just thinking about how fucking funny he is.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I think he would honestly be one that would be difficult to give somebody a ick. I think he's that funny.
Listen, fibula, love ya, but I think that he would also agree that he's capable.
Ickless. No, ickless.
Okay. Heard it here first.
Okay, 17.
No, but go walk because we just talked about this. Is that you give yourself the ick when you put a bag on your shoulder?
I have to think to myself, what am I looking like carrying this thing?
Right.
I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about that. It's never good. I'm just trying to make it less bad.
Right.
But like the one strapped backpack in general. Like, there's 2 straps in a backpack.
Yes.
Yet I only use one.
Right.
I probably thought about that intentionally for half of my collegiate career.
Right, because the 1 strap looks cooler than the 2 strap.
Right.
Especially like 2 tight straps.
Yeah. I'm not fucking me.
That's tough.
If I like buckled.
That's tough. No, even worse, the backpack that had the wheels.
Or even like a backpack that's full.
Even a backpack that's full is really icky.
To me?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm not
Why do you have so many textbooks?
Like, do you need everything with you?
Right. Why do you have so
shit?
much? Yeah, I totally agree. Like a backpack that's bursting open.
Yeah.
That's ick.
It's too much. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think everyone is capable of icking someone out.
Totally. Like, get under the bag.
Okay, next number.
21.
21. Don't take progress pics.
Okay.
I don't agree with that one.
Of course you don't. Because it's something that you've done. Next.
And I'll stand by it.
I think you can take pics. It's what you do with the pics.
Listen, I think also fully agree. And I think it's also like what's happening in the pic. Like, are your pants so fucking low that we can see your pubes? Ick.
Also, like, genuinely, progress pics are for you.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing them?
Right, that's also how I feel. I don't think I've ever posted a progress pic.
No one posts, okay, sure there are, but like most people are posting progress pics because like there's something to come, or they're committed to like, hey, I'm going to make this part of.
Or you look insane like Mia.
Right.
Because her before and after is crazy.
Okay, what about like someone who's successfully lost 100 pounds?
Yeah, no, like I think those are so great. Because also I think too, like having the motivation from a community that's also maybe been like part of your journey. Like I think that's so great. I think that's what I'm saying is like I don't think that this is, I think in the right, it depends what the pic looks like. Again, if your wiener is hanging out or I can see your pubes, ick. But I think like with the good intention.
It's insane to me that like a gray sweatpant gif and a progress pic, very similar in nature.
Right.
Not the same in
result.
Not
the same energy. No. Yeah. No. Big difference. But yeah, I think that it could be an ick, but with the right intentions, it's not.
Sure. Well, not even right intentions. Great execution as well.
Yeah. You're so right.
Everyone should basically have a small committee.
Honestly, even if there was like a really big toothpaste splatter on the mirror and they took a mirror pic, could be an ick.
That's fucking gross. Clean your mirror.
Yeah.
Clean your mirror.
Oh, I'm so glad you feel the same way.
But also like gross. You can tell a lot about a dude by how not
by their
clean
bathroom.
his mirror is.
Oh my God. Even just the bathroom.
No wonder you fucking fell in love with me. My shit was immaculate.
Spotless.
Every week.
Every week. Yeah, every week.
Wow. Look at me.
Good for you.
I could clean
Good
things.
for you.
Honestly, that's what happens when you have a single mom.
Single mom, yeah.
We clean every Saturday. We clean things.
And then today, I garburated a giant fucking centipede by myself without a single scream. Literally, after I did it, I was like, God, Jeremy is so fucking lucky to have me. I was like, most girls right now would be running to wake you up and drag you downstairs to take care of this, but not me. I'm an independent queen.
There was never
centipede killing queen.
There was never any point in time we were dating when I gave you the illusion that I was going to be great with bugs.
No.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
I was like, you would be so mad if I woke you up right now to handle this.
Did I negotiate a better deal for our bug guy? Yes.
Yes. And did I garburate my own centipede this morning?
49.
Don't have earlobes.
What?
Maybe it's like a post-spacer saggy earlobe.
Okay. Which could have been you.
Could have been me.
Yeah.
But honestly, my mom did me a solid and didn't let me go bigger than a 0 when I spaced my ears. Yeah, Mom DIY really came through with that one.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, that's that I would say would be less of an ick though and more of just like a
ew.
Yeah.
99.
99. Oh, true to the number.
115.
115. Don't tie hoodie around your waist. I cannot stand by this one enough. Oh my God. Oh, carry it like a man. Please. For the love of God.
Like a man?
Like a man. Carry the hoodie.
By the way, you won't catch me. Literally, the one time I did this, I literally was like, I called out the fact that this is the most icky thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And
I've seen you tie a windbreaker around your waist and we almost had to break up. We almost had to break up.
Yeah.
But I think you acknowledged it. I think you were like, so I don't look the coolest I've ever looked right now. Like, I think you acknowledged it, and it helped to walk back the ick.
Oh, again.
But there was a moment I was like, oh, this could be the last day.
Again, it's like it's like the awareness.
Yeah, totally. It's the awareness.
Well, I think that's like part of it. Like when the dude is doing something that he's not aware of the fact that like, I never want to think about being in the same room as you sexually again. Period.
Totally.
And like the fact that you don't know this already is part of the problem.
Right.
Okay. Hit me.
Okay, rapid fire.
Yep.
Don't be under 5'10". The poor short kings. Don't wear slides. I don't stand by that one depending on where you are.
Don't wear slides?
Don't wear slides.
In public, would never.
You know what is the biggest ick though? When a slide is too big.
Yeah.
And the dude's foot is like sliding way over the front of it.
I get it.
Oh my God.
I get it. I fucking get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, like, that's like feet in general.
Yeah, that's a feet
and, like,
thing.
Not knowing that, like,
don't be hurt after being hit by a car.
Okay. What the fuck?
Don't jump on a trampoline. That's tough.
Fuck off.
That's tough.
Fuck off.
Don't drink out of a straw. I feel like I actually know a lot of straight guys who are like, they feel like their masculinity is threatened when they drink out of a straw. Like, it's not that fucking deep.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not one that I've thought about.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I want to make sure that my teeth don't get stained. I'll drink the straw.
Totally.
Yeah.
Don't do the wave.
Certainly don't start the wave.
That's an even bigger ick. But I think if someone like you know what actually would be an ick is that if you're doing the wave but you can't get the timing right and you go at the wrong time, that's an ick. That's an ick for sure.
You're unfuckable.
No,
at least
tough.
that month.
Oh, don't cut up your food.
Lauren.
I think it's like don't cut up your food wrong. Like, you know when someone really fists a knife?
Or like when you cut all your food up before you take one bite?
That's efficient. And again, I will stand by that forever.
Yeah, right.
But like when someone like really fists their fork and knife, that's crazy.
Fists their fork and knife.
Yeah.
No, like when you like got
they
the whole.
hold
like,
it in a fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have fun at a club.
I hate. Okay, fuck
Listen,
off.
like don't get on the sticky ground and do the worm. But like you can have fun. You're going to the club to have fun.
Just look mysterious at all times.
Right.
Cool.
Don't try and ride a horse.
I mean, if you're doing it in a way that like I'm gonna look fucking cool.
That's cool, I think.
No, that's not cool.
No, if you're good at it.
Sure, if you're good at anything, it's cool.
Yeah, if you're good at anything, it's cool. You're so right. Don't cross your legs.
I mean, I probably thought about this intentionally for 18 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, I would rather someone like crossing legs is way less of an ick for me than someone who's manspreading and just taking up so much fucking space, especially in a scenario when it's inappropriate.
No, but there's two types of crossing of legs, right? There's one that's inappropriate and one that's appropriate.
This?
Yeah.
That one's fine. That's where we get problematic.
Yeah, this is the issue.
But I feel like you do that all the time.
Awesome. Next.
Well, you guys are married. So.
Yeah. I also just feel like it's more of a space thing for you.
I literally remember like the joke of like you couldn't possibly have a penis if you cross your legs like that.
Is it because it's getting squashed?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Does manspreading feel more comfortable when you sit?
Most natural position in the world.
Really?
There's not a place.
I just feel like when you have pants on, everything's squashed up in there anyway. No?
Squashed up in there?
Like there's a ball on a leg.
Right.
No matter if you're crossed or open, no?
Right, but like if you've got like shorts on, right?
Yeah.
And like kind of entry point here, like that would look like exposed.
Yeah, but like a lot of guys I feel like wear briefs. Like there's some layer at some point keeping things locked in.
Not always. Let's go back to fibula. That dude doesn't wear underwear.
Yeah.
He's constantly free ball.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
You're so right.
The thought of like having an involuntary outline in the wrong scenario in public.
Yeah, is inappropriate.
Doesn't seem, I don't know what the value add is there.
This one is don't wear Crocs. And I'm going to be honest, there's no world where a dude to me is looking cool in Crocs. You are not fuckable in Crocs.
And you in Crocs?
Adorable.
Cool.
And I want to be very clear. I'm using Crocs to pick up the poo in our yard, okay?
Right.
Like they don't, because they are a great, like waterproof
meanwhile,
poo
obviously,
picking up shoe.
I went and ordered you some spotlights for your Crocs.
Right, for when I am picking up said poo.
So you can
at
basically,
night.
Have like light, at the source.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think the Crocs is something that necessarily all dudes need to adopt.
Yeah. Quantity, I'm looking at you. Not to make this personal, but Don't have a bath.
Oh.
I love taking baths with you.
Again, that's something that like...
I think a floating bath wiener could be an ick for someone. It's not for me, but I think that could be an ick for someone.
A floating wiener?
A floating bath wiener?
Dudes should always be rock hard when they're in the bath.
Or just not get in the bath.
Right.
Yeah.
Or have a non-floating wiener.
Or have a sinker wiener.
Oh boy. Got it.
Don't tread water. See, I told you.
So what are dudes supposed to just always be swimming?
Drown.
Again, figure it out. Don't be a sinker.
Either you're doing the butterfly or...
I don't know. But one time I did see a TikTok of like someone took their camera underwater and it was dudes just doing the fucking egg beater with their legs and their feet were going in crazy directions. And I was like, oh, I hate that. She was like, just discovered a new ick on my husband. It was literally like an ick themed TikTok.
Is it also just like out of proportion, just like legs?
Also just legs egg beaten. I hate that.
Things the legs shouldn't do. Eat eggs.
Egg beat.
Ew. I feel it sucks to like be this fragile.
Don't wear goggles while swimming.
I mean,
unless you're Michael Phelps or an Olympic swimmer.
But I would go out on a limb and say that on a chill day, Phelps isn't wearing goggles when he's like out with the boys.
Because he knows that is off-putting for his potential suitors.
Right. Yeah.
Don't have back pain.
Oh, runner-up is don't have feet pain either. Your feet cannot hurt.
Like
that one actually for some reason I get that one.
Just don't be fucking, I don't want to hear about your back pain.
Like don't have collapsed arches. What an ick.
I mean, I will say there's something big, like if you had like super flat feet.
Yeah, that's also an ick.
I think that could be a problem. I don't think I would like that. And I'm not someone who likes feet.
Oh my God.
Are there any on this list that you're like, I 100% stand by?
The treading water was for sure one. The Crocs again.
So once again, when we're in a pool together, what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Stand.
I also just can't see the legs underwater. Like as long as we're not in a pool that has a fucking see-through side and I'm on a level below you.
So we need to be in murky water at all times.
Murky water, or I'm on the same level as you.
Okay.
Like we're in the pool together and I can't see.
Totally. I'll just keep that in mind for the next 80 years. Great. It's not a problem.
The slides to a certain extent, that's for sure one. Don't wait for the bowling ball. Why is that so awkward? You're so right. Oh my God.
I think that's just too eager.
Oh, you're too eager. Too eager.
Yeah,
oh my God,
let it come
that
to you.
Is so
relax.
Funny. Don't burn your mouth.
I mean, fuck.
Don't look through a telescope. Oh my God. Don't have a belly button.
Okay. Let me see this list.
Hang on. There, okay.
Okay. Let me clear the air in a couple of these. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Don't have a birthday. Now I will say, when you turn double digits, no one else gives a fuck about your birthday. Just have a good time.
I give a fuck about your birthday. I love throwing birthday parties.
If you do that, I'm unfuckable to everybody else.
Well, that's fucking how it should be.
Okay. So
unfuckable to everyone else.
Okay. Don't watch football. Okay. Well, that's...
No, have you seen guys? Like, I love those TikToks of those girls who make the bingo cards for their partners who are watching football, and they'll do like certain routines. Like they'll pace like 3 times around the thing. They'll high five the dog. They'll get up and get like...
Don't have rituals?
Yeah, don't have rituals.
Don't be superstitious? Don't breathe?
Listen, if you're a mouth breather...
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Divorce.
Don't walk downhill?
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. Hold on.
Especially like don't have shin splints.
Oh, that plantar fasciitis? Get the fuck out of here. Don't be over 18?
That one, I'm concerned for the person who initiated that one.
Unless it's a creep hitting on girls that are under 18.
Right. The ick is that he's over 18.
But there's some serious context that we're missing on that one.
Yeah.
Don't ride a scooter. I got to be honest. I always felt sus on Bird.
Right. If I saw a dude hit their ankle with a scooter, it would be over.
I can tell you the last Bird scooter I ever took.
Yeah.
I was on the way back, work, lunch hour. Went to Whole Foods, grabbed some sushi on the way back.
Okay, on your Bird.
Had the bag of sushi or whatever. And I'm not fucking kidding, Lauren. I went past a building that had really clean mirrors. And I saw all 76 inches of me on top of this fucking scooter. And I go, never again.
This will be the last time.
Never went on another one.
The last time.
Never. There's something about like how far off the ground I am. And then it looked like scoot. Yeah, it wasn't cute. Okay, don't be short. Nailed it. Don't indicate?
Like a blinker?
Like to blink, yeah.
To be honest, it is, for some reason, indicating on a bike. And again, I know for the sake of safety.
Don't be named something we start with a J. What the fuck? This seems...
Gonna be honest, I didn't know a Jeremy that I liked before
I hate every Jeremy.
Met you.
Hate all of them. I've never met a Jeremy I like.
We have a nice neighbor named Jeremy.
All of us.
But also, that would have been more recent. But yeah, haven't met a Jeremy that I really liked.
When I tell you that I contemplated changing my name as a kid because of how much I did not like the name Jeremy. Hated it.
A lot of syllables.
Jeremy.
Just a lot of syllables Jeremy. For not enough letters to garner that many syllables.
You would have no idea the types of misspellings I get for a name that is generally common.
Yeah.
Don't wear a snorkel. Cool.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
The way that like a face like gets smushed in a snorkel, I don't think that's anyone's best look.
Okay, don't have a Velcro wallet. If the person with a Velcro wallet is a billionaire, I think they get a pass. Like, I think it'd be funny if Mark Cuban was like, oh, hold on. Like,
yeah. Again, though, because it's like, if you're good at it, it's cool.
You're good at it?
If you're good at money and you've made a shit ton of money and you're a billionaire, you could have a duct tape wallet.
Right. That's probably a thing, actually. Don't be barefoot. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually wish that you were barefoot less in our home.
Noted.
Literally, when you get on the couch and I see like a crumb stuck to your body.
That's all the time we have today. This is actually our last episode. Sick.
Plugged my mic.
Fucking. Wait, I have a question. What's don't do a 50-50 convo?
Don't do a 50-50 convo?
Don't do a...
Maybe that means like you talk 50, I talk 50?
Right.
Because it should be I talk 70, you talk 30.
Got it.
No. I want to be so clear with the podcast listeners. I don't go into these podcasts being like, I'm going to yap today. But sometimes I just feel like I've got more crackhead energy than
we should start. We use this little service that basically, transcribes our podcast afterwards.
Right.
And it shows you the percentage of like the breakdown of who talked more.
Yeah.
And we should start like having people guess the percentage at the end of the episode.
At the end of the episode?
Just to see who came up on top.
I will say is that I feel like most of the segment ideas, like I come to you being like, I can't wait to tell you about this and give you something to react to.
Totally.
And that's why I'm the yapper at 70 or you're at 30.
Well, you're discovering, I would call it new topics or new ways to discuss a topic.
Like Chip having the hamsters in my hand.
Well said.
Looking for parking.
Looking for parking.
Okay, I'm going to do 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is just rude. Don't have a little Willie. They can't help that.
Yeah, they can't help that.
They can't help that.
It's like
also,
the short kings. Like,
by the way,
you can't do much about that.
I would go on a limb and say that the absolute best, I'm not sure what to describe this person. The best person at giving pleasure in the world, I guarantee, smallest attack. Think about it.
Attack.
A tack. Yes, like a wall tack, a thumbtack.
A thumbtack.
Yes.
I thought you were trying to say tic tac, and I was like, you're missing the first half of that.
Nope.
Yeah,
no.
got it.
Yeah. Like
tacks are incredibly pointy, so I was like, is that?
I'm gonna go on a limb, but like,
go ahead. Yeah.
A dude with a 14-inch wiener is not gonna become the best at giving head. Let's be honest. Yeah. Okay, ready? Fuck. Where is it? Fuck. Oh, this one couldn't be more aligned with.
Okay.
Don't be too into conspiracies.
Oh my God.
Like if that's your personality.
Yeah. Get the fuck. Get on True Social.
Right.
With the.
Yeah. Like I think in a post Alex Jones world.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not.
That was not great. And then this one, don't always be available.
That's tough.
That's tough.
I
put that one right next to don't get too excited.
Yeah, that's also tough.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, if you get too excited always, then it starts not only kind of being an ick, but also like, then I don't even know when you're actually excited.
When I don't like actually trust that anyone is really having a good time and it's like, oh, this is something that like they just enjoy. I want it to be special.
Like everyone knew that you were so happy on our wedding day because you're usually just not a happy guy.
Cool.
And so you're so happy on the wedding day that people were like, wow, this is so nice. Like it really stood out. Everyone was like, oh, Lauren's like pretty happy almost always, but like, and like obviously happy on the wedding day, but like it was such a juxtaposition from like your normal resting state to like wedding day that it made you so happy.
I will say there's a level of filter that I think any dude just puts on eventually that didn't happen that day.
I think you're just a realist. You're a sarcastic realist.
Right.
Love you for it.
Well, I don't like making people uncomfortable with the things that I may or may not do or say or think or exude.
What do you possibly mean? You love making people uncomfortable.
I don't like making people uncomfortable when it's like unintentional.
The amount of dad jokes that you've dropped at inappropriate, inopportune times.
And by dad jokes, I mean the lack thereof.
Yeah.
No, but like I don't like making people uncomfortable because I didn't know that something was uncomfortable for them. I wanted to be uncomfortable because I wanted to be uncomfortable.
Sure.
That's a big difference.
Anyways.
Again, aware.
Jeremy was so happy on his wedding day and
My wedding day?
On his wedding day. That it was just a nice contrast. And everyone, that's what I'm saying, is like if you're too excited always and you don't know when excitement is real or like when like the actual peaks are.
I'm with you.
Like that was obviously like a peak happy day for you.
That's why I'm gonna do like 30 or 40 years of just like straight,
Can't wait. And that'll be great for the podcast. And that's all the time that we have today.
Sick. I think that list is a little unhinged, but I think there's a lot of them that got some merit.
That's what I'm saying. I think it is capable for any person, man or woman.
Question. I think this is the hot take. Do you know that it's your person when they could do the majority of those things and you still want to be with them afterwards?
Yes, because I actually saw a video on this, is that, and when I say video, that made it seem like a documentary.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok on this where a girl tried to tell her husband that he was doing something that was giving her the ick, and his response was so good. He was like, now that we're married, we are one. He's like, if I'm making you out, that's us.
Yeah. So,
we are one.
So stop doing it.
Right, so also stop doing that. But, but it was like, I can't give you the ick because we are one.
Yeah, well, we got a salesman over there. I'm going to go ahead and just say, hey, for sure, could we stop fucking doing that?
Yeah, listen, so don't put your toenails into your mouth.
Again,
don't use a ping pong ball.
That example is so unhinged.
Again, murky water only.
Like, no adult male should...
Don't let your arches fall.
Be within 3 feet of their feet.
And no shin splints.
That's all we have time for.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.